I need to be satisfied there's nothing hidden in anyone's locker. Mrs. Morris, I want statements from every woman and every officer in this prison. They are to detail all cases of drug trafficking and physical abuse, and they are to be on my desk first thing in the morning. Yes, Governor.
Oh, Bobby, let's get this straight.
I've got it straight. You whipped that bear up just for a stir.
Congratulations. But don't try selling it to the others. They'll never believe you.
I'm gonna brick your mouth up.
Ah, no!
Bitch! You rotten bitch!
Leave me alone, you stupid slag! Get out! Ow! Ow! Let me go! Ah! You stupid little slut!
Please help me. There's a man here.
Dick tried to get away.
Oh, she wouldn't want to do that, would you, love?
No, please, please, please.
We're going to have a little party. Just the three of us. Hey, Trog?
I've got some money. Look, you can take anything. Please, I won't tell anyone. I promise you, I promise.
What we want's right here, sweetheart. And you're going to beg for it.
Oh!
Bitch. Leave it. Let's get her onto the bed. The party's just beginning.
Can we do it now?
Sure we can. You watch this, mate. You'll learn something.
Hey, how come you get to go first?
Because it's my party. Don't worry, you can have it when I'm finished. And then I'm going to make it... Yeah. Struggle, sweetheart. I like it when they struggle. You wait till you see what I've got for you.
Do you want one?
Well, it looks like I struck out.
Oh, don't tell me you've been stood up on, what is it they call it, a hot date?
Hardly. I thought Meg might like a bite to eat. I wanted to talk to her about young Bobby, but I can't seem to get a hold of her. She must not be home.
Well, you're very welcome to take potluck with Norm and me. I can't promise you any scintillating conversation, but it's Norm's turn to cook, and he does make a wonderful curry, guaranteed to take the lining off your stomach.
Thanks, but I think I'll pass.
Coward.
No, really, I've got some reports to catch up on anyway. You know, I paid a quick trip to maternity when I talked to Bobby last.
Yeah.
Some of those kids have really got the blues.
Well, that's not surprising. Postnatal depression's enough to handle without having to cope with bringing up a baby behind bars. Oh, listen to me sounding off. I'm sorry. Take no notice.
No, you're absolutely right. The problem is, what can we do about it?
I don't know.
Oh, thanks. I needed that. Oh, it was awful.
What happened?
Someone beat up that sweet little kid. I can't believe
What
it.
kid?
Adams. It was horrible.
Is she all right?
I don't know. She had blood all over her. Sister Hall's taken her down to the hospital. She was practically unconscious. Oh, I better go and tell Mrs. Reynolds.
She's already gone home.
Bugger it.
Look, why would anybody want to beat up Adams? I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Nothing makes sense around here. You don't know who you can trust or who's out to get you, and just when you think you've got the women figured out, they go and pull a rotten stunt like this. Makes me sick.
And there's Bucky and Sister Hall running around like a couple of chooks with their heads cut off. I tell you, I was bursting to go, but I turned tail, went straight back to me cell with me legs crossed.
You common little bugger. Oh, now look what you made me do. Drop a stitch. These bloody needles, they're not as good as the ones that I...
Didn't see Bobby in your travels, did you?
No, I don't want to either. Hey, Doc, by the time you finish that, the baby's going to be old enough for a wedding dress.
Well, look what the cat dragged in.
Yeah, it's like the cat had claws,
Rack
too.
off.
Where you been?
In my cell, all right?
No, you haven't. Rabbit's been there. And, what happened to your face?
I cut myself shaving.
Bet it's got something to do with Sister Hall hanging round.
Okay, Bobby, spill it.
All right. I gave Goldie lots of bloody good hiding. She had it coming, and I'm glad I did it too, real glad.
God, you're a nasty little rat bag. Poor little angel wouldn't hurt a fly.
You little bitch. What do you think you were doing?
Oh, that'd be right. Take her aside. She said you wouldn't bloody well believe me. She's been doing things around here for weeks. She's got you all conned. You all think she's so special, and she's been laughing at you behind your back.
Come on, Bobby, you're just jealous.
It figures Angel has looks and class.
Yeah, what do you got, Mitchell? Sweet FA.
I got more brains than you lot put together. I'm the only one that can see through her. Well, you'll see differently.
It's your trouble, isn't it? You want to be a hood. You want to bash people who haven't got a hope of defending themselves against a little mole like you.
Get stuffed.
Oh, come on, Bobby. When are you going to wake up to yourself? They're going to find out that you're at the bottom of all this, and then you'll be on another charge. The way you're going, you are never going to get out of here.
You can do is listen. We're supposed to be mates.
Were mates, past tense. Now, if you'll just stay out of my way, I want to use my half of the sink.
Your half of the sink. This is our cell. We share it.
It's not my idea.
What?
I said it's not my idea. If I could have my way, I'd move out of here tonight, but I can't, so the least you can do is stay out of my way.
Why don't you get serious? Why would I want to rip up Willie Bear? I didn't want him.
Yeah, and you didn't want me to have him either, because you're jealous. Yeah, that's it. You're jealous of me, too.
What?
Angel told me she was trying to defend you.
Yeah, I bet she was.
Yeah, but I reckon she was trying to warn me. You're jealous of me because I've got a mum and dad that love me, and you've got no one that gives a stuff about you.
Cut it out, Rabbit.
I felt sorry for you when I first come in here. You losing your baby and everything. But a leopard can't change its spots, mate. You come from the gutter, you're going back to the gutter. That's what my dad always reckoned.
Well, your dad can get knotted.
Oh, that's right. Heap it all on somebody else. That's your style.
I'm not talking to you anymore. It's like bloody talking to a brick wall, only you're twice as thick. Get stuffed. Who needs you anyway?
Suits me fine.
Good.
Yeah, terrific.
Yes? Yes, the police, please. Oh, yes. I want to report it.
Where's Keen?
In the toot, I suppose.
Gives us a chance for a little talk, doesn't it?
Look, I didn't have nothing to do with that other stuff. Honest. I wouldn't cross you, Miss Ferguson.
Maybe not. But you know who would, don't you?
I don't know nothing.
Then find out. Desmond and her cohorts are framing me, but it's not going to work. Forewarned is forearmed, Kelly. Now you find out what their next move is, and I'll take care of you.
What if I can't find out? I mean, they're not likely to go spilling their guts to me, are they? What happens to me then?
Oh, Kelly, you know how the talk of violence turns my stomach. Oh, you take care of them. Get Harvey and that zombie Jenkins to help you.
Yeah, well, they don't do nothing for nothing. I mean, I don't want payoffs, but...
Oh, Kelly, come on, you're like glass. You know, I can see right through you. Oh, you do this for me, and I'll see to it that you run the block, providing I get my cut.
You mean I can run things? The rackets?
Yeah. I'd even throw in Keen's mother as a bonus. She could do with a few lessons in prison etiquette, and I couldn't think of a better teacher.
I'll learn her all right.
Good. I knew I could count on you.
Hey, hang on, what about Reb? She's not going to be too rapt about me taking over.
Oh, I don't think you need to worry about her. Keen is in for a long, slow recovery. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't make it.
Yeah, but I...
Well, you took your time, Keen.
Oh, sorry, Miss Ferguson. Should have taken you along to do the flushing.
You know, Keen, it's not a good idea for someone in your condition to wander around alone. You never know what might happen.
Anne? It's me, Meg. No, I'm at home. Could you come over? I need to talk to someone. I've been raped. Sorry. I feel so dirty. I keep having to have showers.
Come and sit down. Maybe you should have waited until the police got here. Oh, I'm sorry. I know. I probably would have done the same thing. Have you called the police? Don't worry. I'll take care of it.
No, please.
Meg, they have to know. Those men should pay for what they've done to you.
I know, but I can't. I can't just yet.
You need a doctor.
Don't you understand? I can't. Look, I know all the rules. Believe me,
Look, I do understand. I know what's happened to you is shocking. But you and I both know the police can't do anything unless you've got the courage to report it.
Courage. So, I'm a coward. Oh, maybe I am. When I was a probation officer, I sat through a lot of rape cases. I used to feel so sorry for the girls when they were questioned about their private lives. They were the victims. Yet they came out of it feeling so cheap and dirty.
But we both know how easy it is for those girls to cry rape. The police have to be very careful.
I know. But then, some of them are set free to do it all over again. Oh, God. I feel as though I'm losing touch with reality. I don't even feel like me anymore.
But you are, Meg. Nothing can change that.
Are you sure? But I can't tell the police. Not yet. I can't.
Very sound sleeper, aren't you, Keen? You know, anyone could come in here and smother you and you wouldn't even feel it. Bit risky.
Oh, come off it, Ferguson. You're not going to do anything in a cell in the middle of the night. Not too many questions to answer. You're a bitch, but you're not stupid.
You're right. I'm not stupid. And you owe me, Keen. My job, my father, everything. And you're going to pay, I promise you.
You better get out of here, freak. I got a witness who'll back me all the way.
You're a bit slow catching on to things, Keen. It's been a change of management. Kelly works for me now. Don't you, Kelly?
Yeah, that's right. Crying bitch.
That will do. Now, you are finished, Keen. So if I were you, I'd very seriously think about writing out my will.
Meg? Oh, Meg.
Oh, I'm sorry I'm late. I had to finish filling out a report.
Yeah, I'll bet you did.
You're kidding!
No, it's true, can't you tell?
Oh, yeah, that's fantastic. Wait till I tell the others. Hey, guess who's back? You're never going to guess. You want me to tell you?
We have a choice.
Gay Ray. He's back in the kitchen. Isn't that fab?
I knew I really didn't make these eggs like Leadhurst are.
Oh, great news, love.
Not that I can eat them, mind. I'm too sick with worry about poor little Angel.
Yeah, well, Bucky said she's going to be all right.
Then why isn't she back with us? There's something funny going on. I can feel it in the water.
Oh, not while I'm eating, Dot.
They reckon Jude's coming back today.
Let's hope she's back to her old self. Kid looks pretty down.
Bloody conscience getting to her.
She hasn't got a bloody conscience. She's probably still got a thick head after what she took last night.
What did she take last night?
How should I know? But she was off her face on something. Probably some of those pills from yesterday.
That's a 5 to 4 uncertainty.
All that trouble setting a freak up. She's still here large as life and twice as ugly.
Well, what do you expect? The department always looks after its own.
Thought no one was talking to me.
Oh, I'm talking to you. And I hope you're listening. Subject is drugs. You with me?
Just a few bruises and the odd cut, thank goodness. Sister Hall wants to keep her in this morning, though, just to be sure.
And she actually came right out and said Mitchell was responsible?
Oh, yes, we didn't even have to ask. But I don't understand why Mitchell was so vicious, especially when Angela said there was absolutely no reason.
Yes, she's getting to be quite a handful. Well, we'll just have to keep a close watch on them and make sure it doesn't happen again.
Oh, I don't know why, but I always worry about the ones like Angela.
I know what you mean. They're completely out of their depth in a place like this. It's a pity she hasn't got any family to give her some support.
Oh, but there's a grandmother. I checked the files. Well, I was a bit worried.
I'm glad you did. Can we contact her?
I could certainly try, but there's something a little odd.
What?
Well, apparently the grandmother was supposed to appear as a character witness at Angela's trial, but she didn't show up.
I dare say there's some logical explanation. Now, the reports on Joan Ferguson.
Oh, yes. Here they are. And you'll be needing this list from the department.
Oh, hell.
What is it?
I've been on at the department for months to appoint a general handyman and gardener.
Yeah.
Then last week they finally agreed, and it completely slipped my mind because of the waltz marathon. This is the short list of the applicants.
Good heavens, how many applied in the first place?
God only knows. It's going to take me forever to interview this lot.
Oh, well, perhaps Meg could give you a hand.
Meg will be away for a few days, Joyce. She hasn't had a break since before the strike, and she needs a rest, so I told her to take a holiday.
Oh, lucky Meg.
Yes.
And I bet Rabbit's conning tasty titbits off Raymond for morning tea. It's not bloody fair. Here's me with rheumatics and pneumatics and...
How about neurotics?
Oh, you watch your mouth. I know what I've got and I'm not fit to work.
Well, why don't you make a bloody recording out of
Bobby,
it?
I am not going to tell you again.
All right, I heard you. Oh, damn, this dry doesn't bloody work.
Hey, Mara, I reckon you ought to let Bobby have her say. After all, there won't be no one for her to talk to when Angel spills her...
Shut your gob, Lou.
Yeah, keep quiet, Lou. She won't lag. She knows the rules.
Something wrong, ladies?
Oh, dryer out of action, Mrs. Barry.
Oh, dear. Well, I'll report it and we'll get someone in.
Oh, yeah, if we don't get electrocuted first, like poor Pixie. This place stinks. Everything's older than bloody Dot.
Oh, watch your mouth.
No one's that old. Oh, sorry, Dot. But I can remember when they were installed.
Yeah, well, they've all been overhauled and they're still breaking down.
Well, hopefully we won't have to put up with these problems much longer because Mrs. Reynolds is hiring a handyman to fix all the little problems.
Good, it's about bloody time.
They haven't picked anyone yet, have they? I mean, I saw the papers when this lot was dancing. It said apply Monday.
Well, Mrs. Reynolds is interviewing people today. Now, even without the dryer, I'm sure you can find plenty of work to do. Now, get on with it.
A handyman, eh? This place is looking up, eh?
For once, I'd say you're right.
Heather, I was hoping to catch you before you...
Oh, hi, Mrs. Reynolds. Have you seen Meg's face? She tripped over on the footpath. You know, I reckon they should ban high heels. I've nearly broken my leg 3 times.
Meg, I thought I told you to take a few days' rest. I don't need a rest.
Excuse me, Mrs. Reynolds, but I have to leave now.
What?
You said you wanted to see me.
Oh, yes, I've been talking to Mrs. Davidson. She thinks that Winter might be lying to implicate you.
Oh, terrific. And what about the drugs?
Well, you've got 2 days before you face the board to answer charges.
And Miss Ferguson?
Let's just say she'll have a hard time talking her way out of this one.
Well, I better go and get some sleep. I'll see you later.
Bye. What on earth are you doing here?
I'm perfectly all right. Just don't fuss.
Don't fuss! Meg, last night you were completely distraught. Now you're acting as though nothing had happened.
Last night, I overreacted, that's all. And I'm a grown woman, and apart from my face, there is nothing wrong with me.
Meg!
I am lucky to be alive. Now, just let's leave it at that. I better get on with my work.
What are you trying to do?
I am trying to do my job.
No, you're not. Look, I can understand you trying to block out the whole thing.
For God's sake, Anne! You're sounding as though I'm ready for some sort of padded cell. It isn't that important.
Well, if that's the case, and if that's what you really feel, there's no reason not to call the police, is there?
Now, just drop it, Anne. It's over, and that's the way I want it to stay.
You reckon Fran and I can find out what they've got going? You figure the freak will keep her promise?
She needs us as much as we need her. She doesn't want Red running things.
Yeah, but how do you reckon we're going to get stuff in? She won't bring it for us.
She won't have to. The prison's getting a new handyman. You heard me talk about Nev? Nev Sloan?
That bloke who was racing you off before you last fussed.
That's him. I got him to apply. I reckon he's a suit for the job.
Oh, he can prepare the drugs and stuff for us.
Geez, you're quick, Al.
Here comes Mother Keane, looking like she just sat on a red-hot poker.
Don't be nasty, Fran. She's my bonus. Present from the freak.
This one's taken. Perhaps Madame would care for a higher class seat. Maybe we should take her to the throne room.
Yeah, I've even got a porcelain bowl where you can wash your face.
Excuse me.
Stuck up and antisocial, eh? Okay, Lou, kindergarten is out for the day. Try that again. On me.
What's going on?
Mucking around, Miss Ferguson.
Gee.
Hi, Bobby.
She tripped me and then pushed me over. She won't leave me alone.
Well, we can't have bullying, can we? You're on a charge, Kelly. Some bonus. Shut up.
Have you been, Jude? I've been worrying about you.
Oh, I've been fine, lying in bed all day, breakfast in bed and everything. Oh, Mitchell, the governor wants to see you after lunch.
Me?
Yeah. Well, you're the one who bashed Adams, aren't you? At least that's what she's telling everybody. The way she's telling it, you'll get another 6 months.
Okay, Bobby. What the hell's been happening?
Geez, you missed you, eh? You reckon you're back for good this time?
Well, I'm on a month's probation, but I don't think I'll be leaving. Not unless Mrs. O'Regan decides she's had enough of married life.
Yeah, well, I hope she doesn't. She's a rotten cook. We missed you something awful, Ray.
Missed you too. And Bobby, how is she?
Oh, we've been fighting all over a stupid toy. It's pretty dumb, but now I don't know how to say I'm sorry.
Uh-huh. A little bribery and corruption is called for. Trust your Uncle Rabies. Ta-dam!
What's this?
A gift for Bobby. From you, not me. That's a cake for Mrs. Reynolds' afternoon tea, but I'll whip up something else.
Cake. Jeez, Ray. I don't know what to say.
How about crumbs?
So we've charged him over the bomb scare. I should put him out of action for a while.
But you say he still refuses to admit to the threatening letters.
No, we'll break him down. The moment he's got some story about hitchhiking down from Queensland. It's not much of an alibi, but we have to check it out.
I was hoping you might give me some advice.
Oh, what's your problem?
Well, it's a bit delicate. A friend of mine, or a friend of my daughter's, has been raped. Her parents are pretty distressed about it because she refuses to report it.
Does she now? Well, I can't say I blame her. Oh, I know. That's strictly off the record, of course. Officially, I have to say that all crime should be reported, otherwise the police can't do their job.
What's the percentage of reported rape?
Well, we don't know exactly, but we reckon the figure's around 1 in 5.
But that's appalling. Means those men can go on victimizing women.
That's our strongest argument for reporting the offence. On the other hand, you're asking somebody who's already been through a traumatic experience to then go through all the horrors of an investigation, starting with us and ending in court.
Yes, I know, but is it really as bad as that?
I'll tell you, Mrs. Reynolds, reporting a rape's not the end of the ordeal. It's just the beginning. Something I wouldn't want to put my daughter through. But as a policeman, I have to encourage its report.
Gee, this tastes really ace. About bloody time we had some decent tucker. But I'd still love to shove it down the bitch's throat.
Got something really special for you later. Shove it.
Mind if I join you?
It's a free country, isn't it?
Look, I know we haven't been the best of friends lately. We can't afford to be fighting. A lot's been happening.
So what's different?
What is different is that we might have a way of getting rid of the freak for good. And we've got Rev to contend with. Did you know it was Mari Winter that bashed her?
There has been a lot of bashing going on around here, and I'm going to have a word to Bobby about that.
Just hold your horses on that one. You don't know what went on here yesterday. Okay, I thought Bobby was just sounding off, but what with Angel lagging like that, I've got a funny feeling Bobby's been right all along.
Come on, Fat Myra. You can't believe that Angel has been stirring up trouble. She wouldn't know how.
Wouldn't she? You and I haven't spoken a kind word to each other since she got here.
Maybe that is because I didn't know you thought I was a rampant dyke.
I think it's about time you and I swapped notes on that little bitch.
And she isn't badly hurt, but just the same, I am very sorry about all this.
Please don't apologise, Mrs. Reynolds. I know my granddaughter well enough to know that she provoked any violence against her. I feel sorry for the girl who did it. Angela must have made her life hell.
I don't understand, Mrs. Adams. Angela doesn't seem the antagonistic type at all. In fact, everybody here is very fond of her.
I've heard that so many times it hurts. She is beautiful, isn't she? The trouble is it blinds people to what she's really like inside. One of the most evil, despicable people I have ever come across.
You can't mean that.
Oh, but I do. I didn't appear at her trial, you know. I wanted her to go to prison. My own granddaughter. I couldn't bring myself to lie about her, and there was nothing good I could say.
But she must have reasons. I mean, the The trauma of losing her parents.
She told you about that?
About the accident, yes, but not much about them as people.
My son was a sweet and loving man, but a foolish one. He and his wife indulged Angela in every way, until they finally realised they were rearing an uncontrollable spoiled brat. 6 weeks before they died, they changed tactics. They started saying no. They tried to discipline Angela. They burned to death, and Angela walked away from the fire unscathed.
You're not suggesting...
It was no accident, Mrs. Reynolds. The inquest proved that the fire had been deliberately lit. Some old doll's clothes were found soaked in petrol. No one could believe it. No one wanted to believe it. She was an angel. For a long time, I made myself believe it was impossible. But I know now, even though I could never prove it, that my sweet angelic granddaughter murdered her parents when she was 12 years old, simply because she couldn't get her own way.
I feel really bad about Bobby, you know. She wouldn't even talk to me in the dining room. What do you reckon Reno's going to do to her?
Lock her in the pound and throw away the key.
No, there's no way we're going to let that happen.
Frick's going to give her a hard time too after yesterday. The sooner we get rid of Fergo, the better.
No worries there, we've got plans.
Yeah? Like what?
Just load the washer or we'll never get this done.
Geez, that razor hoot. He's really nice, sensitive, you know. Pity such a horse is off.
Well, I suppose there aren't that many eligible bachelors around here for you.
I don't know. I reckon the Yorkshire pud would have been good for a couple of rounds if you'd warm him up with a cup of tea first. And there's always Leary Cleary. I reckon he's a spark.
Oh, you're not serious.
Oh, I wouldn't kick him out of the bed anyhow.
Since when were you so into the fellas?
Oh, maybe I just realised I've wasted enough of my life in here. When I get out, I want a couple of kids, nice home, and a really good bloke.
Yeah, well, good blokes don't grow on trees. And you're more likely to end up with some bastard that should be swinging from one.
Don't take any notice of her, love. It's a good dream to have. I had it once. You stick with it.
Tell you what, when I do find the right one, I'll keep him chained to the bed and feed him a dozen oysters every night. Hell, I don't care if only 10 work.
Haven't you got anything better to do than make crude jokes?
I was only...
Just a bit of fun, Mrs. Morris.
I was just saying a good bloke beats...
Yes, I heard what you were saying. You women would get a lot more work done if you got your minds above your navels for once. And you keep your sexual fantasies to yourself, you'll be on a charge. I've had enough of your filth.
What did I do?
Who asked you to come? I didn't want you to.
I didn't come to see you, Angela. I came to tell everyone the truth about you.
Well, I hate you, Nana. I hate you. You never loved me. You're just jealous because I'm young and beautiful and you're old and ugly and you're going to die soon. And I'll be glad. You hear me? Glad.
Adams, that'll do.
It's all right, officer. Mrs. Reynolds knows the truth, Angela. It won't be so easy now.
They won't believe you. Nobody ever believes bad things about me. They're fools. They don't know what I've done. Nobody does. And it's not just Mummy and Daddy. You know what happens to people who cross me, Nana. You identified them, remember?
Oh, Mrs. Adams, I can't allow
Sorry,
that.
it won't happen again. You're so beautiful and so evil. If you'd only been born ugly, it might have saved you. People would have been less reluctant to see the truth. You could have changed with help.
Well, I don't want to change. Everyone loves me. I'm the angel, remember?
You're doomed, Angela, and there's no way I can save you. I won't ever see you again, child. Goodbye.
Well, I don't care, you stupid, rotten bitch! I hate you! Hate you!
Well, someone's obviously done a face-over, so she's taken it out on us.
Or maybe she's turned rotten like a freak.
Oh, come on. Mrs. Morris isn't like that. Now, something is bothering her. We should be trying to figure out how we can help.
Yeah, well, first things first. Let's get rid of the freak, okay?
Yes, fine by me.
Glad to see we're mates again.
Yeah, well, let's just take it a day at a time, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Right, who's on skip duty? There's a round to be done.
Oh, well, I'm supposed to be.
Kelly, take this. Come on, you haven't got all day. I'm sure you can find something to do, Mitchell. Even if you haven't got my happy pills to help you. What have you found out?
Not much. Except Desmond's rope and grinding. And? What'd you have to put me on a charge for? Mine would look pretty stupid in front of me mates.
You'd look the damn sight more stupid if I'd shown you any favouritism. Use your brains, Kelly, and be patient. Everything comes to those who wait.
Yeah, right.
Right, now get to work.
And if it's the same bitch as last time, I'll probably get another 6 months.
Oh, no. Jeez, Bobby, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, well, Reno's a wake-up to Goldilocks. She reckons it must have had good reason, and she said she'd tell the VJ that there were mitigating circumstances. Anyway, I don't care what you lot reckon. I'm going to fix that bitch for lagging.
Yeah, well, take it easy, love. For once, we agree with you.
About bloody time.
Well, I don't mind telling you, I was bowled over. The child's an absolute monster.
Well, I had my suspicions, but hell, I didn't think she was that bad.
Oh, well, I did. Tried to tell you all, but I got shouted down, didn't I?
For God's sake.
Finished with the plates, kiddies?
Yes, thanks. It's the best meal I've had in weeks.
Oh, thanks. It's nice to know that I'm appreciated.
Well, I'd better get back to work. It was lovely, Ray, even if I do put on kilos.
Oh, don't worry, Pat. On you, it'll look good. Oh, heavens, who didn't finish theirs?
Sorry, I wasn't very hungry.
Oh, never mind. Tomorrow I'll fix you something special. Well, Cinderella, back to the kitchen. It's go, 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 go.
I keep thinking about what Joyce said. Something about Angel. Something that happened, some incident.
What incident?
Oh, for heaven's sake, Joan, I don't know. Something to do with Bryant.
Well, if Bryant was involved, it's obvious, isn't it?
Oh, for God's sake, it was nothing like that. Just leave it, will you?
Well, you're certainly the most qualified person to have applied, Mr. Sloane, but I think maybe too qualified. You do realise that this is a part-time job.
Well, times are tough, Mrs. Reynolds, and I don't want to end up on the dole. Besides, I like working outdoors, and since I am an electrician, there should be plenty to do inside. And as for the hours, well, quite frankly, I've got a few projects of my own to work on, so it suits me down to the ground.
And you've got no qualms about working in a prison?
No way. Well, I mean, I know these people have to be punished, but, well, they're still human, aren't they? I tend to get on pretty well with everybody. I just do my job and stay out of trouble.
I wish everybody could say the same. Well, thank you for coming. I do have a few more people to see, but I am impressed.
Well, thanks very much, and you'll let me know.
Oh, it's not my decision. The department will contact you, but I can put in a recommendation.
Oh, can't ask for more than that, can I?
Oh, yes, there was a telephone message for you, Adams. Someone called Peter. Said everything worked out fine and that you would be happy.
Oh, I am.
Adams, you've got nothing to smile about. The women will tear you to pieces for lagging on Mitchell.
I don't think so, Miss Ferguson. Not with you to protect me.
You've got no hope. Oh, you can pull your little tricks, tear your uniform, but no one round here will believe you.
Well, that was just a joke. But what the other women are trying to do to you, they're not joking.
You're not telling me anything I don't know.
You don't know that Miss Rogers planned the whole thing. She's after your blood. Isn't that worth a little protection?
Stan, it's so good to see you. You look marvellous. Are you here to visit Bobby?
Well, not exactly. I've got an interview for the job.
As the handyman? Oh, that seems a shame. You were such a good officer, it doesn't seem right.
Beggars can't be choosers, Joyce. I'd be just happy to have something to do.
Stan! How lovely to see you. What are you doing here?
Well, I hope I'm here to see you, Mrs. Reynolds. About the job.
Oh, you're the Dobson on the list. I didn't think you'd be interested.
Me and quite a few others, it seems.
Well, it's always nice to welcome old friends. Come through.
Thank you.
Well, I'll probably get another 6 months, but I don't care. I'd do it again.
Just stay away from her, Bobby. She's big trouble.
Yeah, well, I tried to tell everyone that, didn't I? And they wouldn't listen to me.
If they know the truth now, believe me, she's dangerous. She'll hurt you, Bobby. Look, it's not just her parents. Come on. Let's talk about something cheerful for a change.
Like what?
Well, like I got some news. Sugar?
A couple. What's news?
I got clearance for your dad and Cheryl to come in for a visit.
When?
Day after tomorrow.
Why so sudden? Little Cheryl could get scared in here.
She wants to see you.
Hey, I got a good idea. Why don't I write to him first and let him get used to me?
Bobby, this is your family we're talking about. What are you afraid of?
Who says I'm afraid? Oh, it's just... Oh, geez, Phil, what if I stuff it up? I've never seen Cheryl. I haven't seen me dad for years. What if it all goes wrong?
Nothing's gonna go wrong, okay?
Yeah, okay.
And that's about the gist of it. I've been a terrible grouch. I don't know how Edie's put up with me. I'm just an old workhorse, I guess.
Well, I can't think of anyone more perfect for the job, Stan. The only other suitable applicant was the one you saw leaving. I do have to ask you one thing, though. Your health.
Well, you mean my heart? Oh, that's no problem, Mrs. Reynolds. I've got that all under control. I really would like the job.
You realise it's the department's decision?
Oh, yes, yes, of course.
But I can't think of a single reason why they'd object. After all, you've already got top security clearance.
Better the devil you know than the one you don't.
Something like that.
I must tell you one thing. I've always regretted not making more progress in that vegetable garden.
Oh, I'm afraid it's been allowed to go to seed.
Oh, I thought that might happen. It wouldn't take a jiffy to get it into shape, and it would be an interest for the women, especially young Bobby. I don't suppose I could see her.
Well, she's with the social worker, I think.
Oh. Well, perhaps some other time.
I'm quite sure there'll be other times, Stan.
But I'm telling you, it wasn't my fault. I just found Willie Bear all torn up, and I thought I'd seen Bobby with him, so
You lying little cow!
Don't dirty your hands.
And what about the lagging, Angel? You know that's against the rule. Why did you do that?
I didn't understand. Honest, Jude. I wasn't fully conscious. They forced it out of me.
Bull, you conned us all, you rotten, lying little bitch. You tried to come between me and my best mate, and I'd have break your neck for you.
That's for sure.
Well, look at your ugly, screwed-up faces. You stupid, the lot of you. Yeah, I did it. And it was fun. Fun seeing how dumb you are, you suckers. You believed everything I told you. You're all pathetic.
You are evil.
You hit me and I'll tell. I'll tell on all of you.
No one's going to hit you, Angel. No one's going to touch you. No one's going to talk to you. No one is going to acknowledge your presence. From now on, you don't exist. Keen. Surprised to see you hiding in here. Your daughter's looking for you.
Rebecca? Where is she?
In the laundry. Muttered something about being unfair to you.
The laundry? Why would she be looking for me there?
I didn't ask. Of course, if you're not interested.
Thank you, Miss Ferguson.
G'day, Mr. Dobson, isn't it?
Yes, Dobson, Stan Dobson.
Neville Sloane.
Oh.
We're both up for the same job.
Well, will the best man win?
Yeah, well, it helps if you've got friends in high places. Look, Mr. Dobson, I really need that job.
What makes you think I don't?
Well, a bloke your age should be taking it easy. Stay at home. Put your feet up. I reckon if you dropped out, I'd get that job.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Mr. Sloane. I may be old, but I'm not on the grave yet. As for the job, it's not up to either of us to decide, is it? Goodbye.
You bastard.
And so I figured if I can get the family together, Bobby will have a reason to get out of here and... Meg, you're not listening to a word I'm saying.
Sorry, I've got work to do.
I thought, at the very least, we were friends. What have I done?
Nothing. Don't be ridiculous.
Meg, please.
Don't touch me. Don't you dare touch me. Just stay away from me. Don't you dare touch me again.
On your feet, Kane. When I talk, you jump!
I've already told you I don't want to play your stupid games.
Oh, but you're going to love this one. You see, you've decided that you've had enough in here, and you're going to try to escape. Only I'm not going to let you. It's called cat and mouse.
You're crazy.
I've never been saner. Oh, and the Kelly gang are in the laundry right now, fixing your mother. It's a parting gift. Let's go.
Let me go!
Or are you just dancing?
Maybe you think the marathon is still on.
Get lost. No way.
We like it right here, don't we, Jude?
Sure do.
Thanks. It's okay, we owed you one. What was all that about?
Oh, Freak's got something going with Kelly. She's set her up to bash Deirdre.
What? Whereabouts?
Oh, laundry, I don't know, who cares?
Obviously not you.
She's your mother.
It's not my fight.
Yeah, if you won't help, we will. Come on, Jude.
give me roses. I wish he could again, but that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down, but the sun and rain are prisoners too. When morning comes around, last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside, the roses grow. They don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too. When morning comes around.